Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving into a truly unforgettable story from antiquity. It's one that takes a highly relatable human moment, utter exhaustion, and uses it to explore a profound theological message of restoring grace. Listen, have you ever felt so completely exhausted that you just couldn't keep your eyes open, even when you knew it really mattered? We've all been there, right? Well, our story today begins with an ordinary young man named Eutychus, who experienced this exact universal struggle, but with incredibly dramatic and literally fatal consequences. Section 1, The Midnight Sermon, setting the scene in Troas. So here's the setup. The Apostle Paul is on a major missionary journey, visiting a community of early believers in a crowded, warm city on the first day of the week. The believers gathered in the evening to break bread and hear Paul teach. But Paul, knowing he had to leave the very next day, he kept speaking deep into the late night. Now imagine a crowded room on the third floor, absolutely packed with people, and warmed by the heat of all these burning lamps. By midnight, our young man Eutychus, who was sitting on a third-story windowsill just to get a breeze, simply falls asleep. It's the perfect storm, really. A long day, a warm room, and an extended sermon perfectly set the stage for absolute disaster. Section 2, The Fatal Fall, when exhaustion leads to disaster. Now, it's absolutely vital to note here that the biblical account doesn't criticize Eutychus's devotion at all. It simply describes a human limit being reached. Honestly, anyone who has ever struggled to stay awake during a late night knows the feeling. But eventually, his physical form just completely surrendered to total exhaustion. He lost his balance on that open windowsill, and he fell 3 stories to the hard ground below. The crowd immediately rushed downstairs in absolute horror. Luke, the physician who meticulously recorded this event, writes that Eutychus was picked up dead. Just take a second and imagine the deafening silence that must have fallen over that crowd. They had just been hanging on the Apostle Paul's every word, and suddenly, they're staring at an irreversible, heartbreaking loss. Section 3, Grace on the Ground, Paul's unexpected reaction. But the story doesn't end in despair. You know, in a moment like this, you might expect a typical human reaction, maybe anger, criticism, or a stern lecture about paying attention, right? Instead, the text details a very different reaction. Paul immediately rushes downstairs, throws himself over Eutychus, embraces him, and prays for his restoration. Scholars actually note that this moves directly toward the brokenness, which perfectly reflects the overarching theme of Christ's teachings. And that brings us to this incredible declaration from Paul: "Do not be alarmed, for his life is in him." According to the account, miraculous power restores Eutychus to life right then and there. A night that had nearly ended in devastating grief was instantly transformed. And get this, Paul simply goes back upstairs, finishes speaking until dawn, and Eutychus walks home alive. It's just wild. Section 4, Why We Fall, the modern reality of exhaustion. So what does this all mean for us? Well, this historical account is interpreted as being about far more than just physical fatigue. It actually mirrors the reality of our lives today. Why do we fall? Sometimes we fall because we're just completely exhausted, easily distracted, or totally burned out. We get worn down by multiplying responsibilities at work and at home, and we carry these accumulating disappointments. The text suggests that even the most sincere believers experience moments when weariness completely overtakes them. Section 5, The Heart of Restoration, a pattern of grace in Scripture. Eutychus isn't an isolated incident in the source material either. We actually see a pretty clear pattern emerge. Take Peter, for example. His fall was actively denying Jesus, yet his restoration led him to become a courageous early church leader. Then there's Jonah, who literally ran in the exact opposite direction of his calling, but was restored and received another opportunity to obey. And Mark abandoned Paul during a tough journey, only to be restored later as a trusted companion. Throughout the biblical text, the overarching narrative is that failure is never permanent. For readers of these texts, the core message is deeply personal. Even if no one else knows about your invisible fall, whether that's deep discouragement, gripping fear, or profound regret, the biblical perspective is that God does. The narrative promises that the divine sees the struggle and completely understands the weariness. Within this framework, restoration is the ultimate goal. The text presents a God who specializes in restoring hope, renewing strength, and rebuilding faith. Remember, Eutychus wasn't some famous prophet. He was just an ordinary, tired young man. The theological takeaway here is that just as intervention happened for Eutychus, absolutely no failure is considered too great for mercy and restoration. Section 6. Grace beyond the fall. Your failure is not your final destination. As we wrap up this explainer, the key takeaway from this ancient story is crystal clear. Weakness is not presented as the end of the story, and failure is never your identity. So I want to leave you with this provocative thought to chew on. If Eutychus could be restored from a fatal fall, what broken pieces are waiting to be restored today? If you enjoyed our analysis of this historical text, make sure to subscribe and join us for more explainers that unpack complex topics and timeless stories. Thanks so much for learning with us today.